Okay, so you can go ahead and ask a question.
Yeah, I want to ask if someone goes to, that third alternative by using someone who is abroad. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you're not very loud, but I can hear you. It's okay.
Yeah, I was asking like if someone decided to go with the alternative of, you know, using someone who's abroad, that's the third alternative that you suggested. Is it a must
Mhm.
that is someone related to you?
Well,
You can't choose maybe a friend or maybe like someone
yeah,
in
yeah. Now
America.
the thing is, before Finland doesn't really care how you pay your tuition. They just want to see the receipt that you've paid, like when you apply to the embassy. But recently, I think a couple of people told me that they asked for the receipt of the tuition. So, but the thing is, now they are aware of what's going on in Nigeria. They are aware of these forest issues. They are aware of these banking issues. So they know what's going on. So if a friend or someone not related to you help you to pay, you will only need to tell them. So, and this is one thing I should also tell you guys to prepare for when you are making your application, especially for the resident permit. You need to tell them everything, especially how you get the money. So your sponsor must tell them everything about his own money. Like you need to be very detailed and tell them plainly. Like you can't just tell them, "Oh, I'm applying, I'm sponsoring this guy. I've sent money to him. I've put my document." No, there have to be some kind of explanation. They want to see that everything is genuine and straightforward. So you need to and in any case that there might be some ambiguity, you need to clear the hair right from when you apply. So have that at the back of your mind that everything has to be straightforward and you need to be ready to explain everything. And if there's something not really straightforward, not really clear, you need to be ready to explain it to them. So it can be okay. In fact, I feel it's okay for a friend to pay for you or someone not related to pay for you, but you need to indicate this in your application.
So if that person pay for you, um, they can give the person any receipt or like something that to indicate
Of
they
course, if
paid.
someone pays for you, there will be a receipt. The school will issue you a receipt.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, any other question?
Hello.
I
Yeah, sorry, good evening. Thanks for it. Yeah, my question is that like I have a dollar account.
well,
Thank
I can hardly hear you. I don't know what's going on. Is it an issue from me?
Can you can you hear me now?
Okay, so you might need to just speak louder.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. The thing is that my question is that I have a dollar account.
Okay.
So can I use my dollar account direct and I'll use the ATM card to pay and then what is the
Well, you have a dollar account, that's a domiciliary account, and now you want to pay in euros. So you might need to talk to your bank. The way they will do it is that they will buy the dollar you have and exchange it to euros for you and then make the payment. So I think it depends on the bank that you have the money. So just talk to the bank, they will know how to convert it and make the payment for you.
oh, ah, okay. Thanks for that one. I think because dollar account, so I have to choose it.
Well, I really can't hear you now. But I guess you've asked your question and you got the answer already. So
Oh,
any
okay.
other
Thank you.
question?
For now, thank you.
All right, thank you. So any other question?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Thank you. My question is in terms of the embassy stuff. and you say you have to say everything. Are we going to indicate that the reason somebody paying for us is because of the delay from in Nigeria or what?
Of course, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, tell them right from when you're applying. So it's not like, because in most cases they will ask you for a supplementary, and in that supplementary they will ask you what is not clear in your application. So it's always better that you tell them right from time than it coming up when they ask you. So when they ask you, and that's when you are not trying to start explaining, already the chance of them believing you is like 50%. So anything you have to tell them, make sure when you make the first application, everything is very straightforward. Whatever it is that is not straightforward, explain it there for them to see. So it will, in fact, for some people, they won't even bother asking for supplementary. Like last year, we have some guys that were getting their decision in 4 days, 5 days. It was that fast if everything is clear already. So, but if it's not clear, this is what they do. If they open your application today and something is not clear there, they will just peng it and come back to it like 2 or 3 weeks or even a month after. So when they come back to it, they will now start asking you some questions, then ask you to resend your bank statement and every other thing. So if that's when you now want to start explaining those things. Yeah, in most cases, once they ask you for supplementary too, especially if it relates to your bank statement, then of course, easily, if everything is clear, they will also reply you and grant the decision. So, and in most cases, if then when they ask you for supplementary and then you now start saying something else or you didn't properly respond to it, then might be an issue. So, but what I would advise is, as much as possible during that first application, make it as detailed as possible, make it self-explanatory, something very easy for anyone to follow. Okay, Ernest Shidi, I've allowed you to speak so you can ask a question.
Hello, Abby. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. My question is, if I want to know if you have an experience or an idea if someone can pay their tuition like more than once. Like I don't mean in installments. Like a different. What I mean is maybe you pay, let's say 1,000, and you pay another 1,000, or you understand? Like you pay 1 million, then you pay another 1 million to make it to top it to 2 million from maybe the same card or different cards, and maybe still within the period of the early bird. Do you know if it's possible?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I think in the invoice there used to be a unique code, so any money that is being paid through that unique code already is going to your own account. It's going to notify them that you are paying. But I can't give you a categorical answer regarding to this. My advice is ask the school before
Okay,
splitting
okay.
payments like that. Yeah. So
Because I have a credit card and I used it to pay for Sweden application and so on. And I think the rate was okay. It was like this bank, normal bank rate when I paid,
Ah,
when I converted it.
so
Yes. So
tell
it
us
was
about the
really
credit
nice.
card. What credit card is that?
It's Sterling Bank. Sterling Bank credit
And
card.
you
Yeah.
paid how much?
This normal application fee for Finland,
Yeah,
for
if you
Sweden,
pay,
for
but
Sweden.
yeah, but the thing is, you can't pay with your normal card now from Nigeria.
I paid, that's what I'm telling you. Now. I paid 900 SEK, which is in euro. That's around maybe 40 something. I've forgotten,
Wait,
but in naira it was around 46,000 or so.
wait. I
Yeah, I
need
was
to understand.
debited. Yeah.
Were you debited naira or you were debited
Yes, I
euro?
was debited in naira. It's a naira card,
Naira.
but yes, naira credit card.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. One in the Naira card now, the amount you can pay with your Naira card has been really reduced. Like some
This one
banks
is up to
really,
1 million.
that you can still pay with sterling. Are you for real?
Yeah, as I'm telling you the truth, it's the card I'm using. So that's why I wanted to know if maybe the 3 weeks early bird, if I have, let's say, if I'm able to pay if it still fall within, let's say, during month end, that's per month. I can only use it for 1M per
In
month.
a
So
month.
if I'm able to pay 1M towards the end of the month, then the following months that just starts newly, I just pay the balance. So I'm looking at those scenario. That's why I'm
Yeah,
asking.
yeah, 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 yeah. And you know, as I said earlier, they will likely start releasing this admission ending of next month.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
if they release yours ending of next month, then you pay quick and then pay,
Quick,
or you need
then
to
pay the
ask,
balance. Yes,
then
ask the
you
school to be
need to ask
sure.
the school. Yeah. And that's good.
Okay.
If you can even pay up to like 2 million like that, that might even just cover your tuition.
Yes, because the rate was nice when I paid the Finland
Yeah,
application,
of course. If
Sweden application. I
when
was shocked.
yeah,
Yeah.
when I arrived here too, I was using my Nigerian card to eat at the
Mm.
restaurant. So, but now I
You
can't
see,
use any of my Nigerian cards anymore.
but this one is a credit card actually, so I maybe it might still work there if I take it there.
Yeah, but I don't think I have that. So, guys, that's an important information that you are hearing now. Sterling Bank credit card, you can pay this. Make further inquiries about this, and
Mm.
if possible, open
Sterling
Sterling Bank
Ultra
credit
card,
card.
Ultra card.
Yeah, so I'm sure they can hear now. So,
Okay, no
yeah,
problem. Thank you very much, Ami.
you're welcome. Okay, so I think I will have to go now. And since there's no other question now, too. Okay, so I should probably count from 1 to 5, and if there's no question, then let's put an end to it. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No question. So, thank you guys. So, if you make an inquiry or if you have more information that can help people regarding this, please share on the group, because it won't be nice that we have guys getting admission and can't pay tuition. So, in fact, as I told you about this case that I'm currently aware of, it's really painful, and it's just a fault of the country we find ourselves in. And because they've really mismanaged the economy, you know, they've mismanaged the country. Before you should be able to pay this tuition or whatever from with your bank card. You don't even need for me or whatever. But they've so mismanaged the country that they were reducing the amount you can pay with your card in foreign currency from 1,500, 100. In fact, sometimes I think recently they reduced it to $20 in a month. Can you imagine what would that do? And now it's zero. Like our first bank, GT Bank card, yeah, I can't even use it for anything. They are pretty useless. So we advise you guys share information that can help you and help someone. So I'm telling you now, so that you guys will start making inquiries, start
Hello,
preparing for
hello.
this. It's a very serious challenge right now. So please work towards this so that you don't lose the early bird scholarship, or so that you don't even lose the admission as a whole. You know, some of you have worked hard for this admission, you've studied, you've done a lot, you've spent money also. So it won't be good when already you have the admission now, but paying tuition now become the problem. So, and as I said, if you have people abroad that can really help you, relatives, in this kind of cases, it used to be you can't just talk to anyone to help you pay tuition. It has to be your relative. And if you want to talk to just anyone to help you pay, you know, they will want to collect the money from you too. They want to like collect it back in naira from you. And that will also means that you are paying, you are buying it black market rate. That's like I have a lot of friends here that actually used to send naira to Nigeria. But if you want to buy through those people, then you are buying it's black market rate that they will be selling to you. So it's the same amount that you'll be buying from those are bookies. So that's why I say it has to be a relative because it has to be someone very close to you that can just help you pay like that. So that maybe when you now get to Finland, you start working, then you pay the person back. Or when you get to Finland, you pay the person back. Even if the person is in the US, you can pay back easily then. So, but
Hello,
the
hello, Abby.
hello, well, I think we've passed the time of question now, and I really need to
Oh,
go. So, yeah, but it's okay. I can just quickly take your question.
okay. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. I want to
Yeah,
thank you
good.
for everything you're doing. God bless you immensely. Please, you were saying something concerning if a friend pays for you, you need to explain it while applying for your resident permit. Now,
Yeah.
I know it's not really a good time, but I think everybody will still gain from the question I'm about to ask. How do you explain it in your application that this person paid for me is my friend? I could not pay because of Form A, issues with Form A, thereabout. So that's my question. Thank you.
See, this thing is simple. As I said also when I mentioned that, I said you have to keep your application simple and straightforward. Now,
Okay.
you've been offered admission, you've been given scholarship, and you've been given a timeline to make that payment. They gave you 2 weeks or 1 month. Currently, in fact, I think someone posted one information on the group recently from UBA, and they said it takes like I don't know, maybe for let me quickly see if I can see it. I think UBA is see, can you imagine? UBA said it will be completed within 10 to 12 weeks. Now tell me, 10 weeks is more than 2 months already. There is no
Mm.
early bird scholarship that covers 2 months. I think the maximum I've seen is like a month. So now you got your admission today. There is always a date on the admission letter, and you paid your tuition within 2 weeks. And when you are applying for the resident permit, you indicated that okay, you have to contact a friend to pay for you because paying through Nigerian banks takes time.
Mm.
Is that not simple or and straightforward?
Yeah, it is.
Because
But
paying through Nigerian bank will mean that you will miss the early bird scholarship, which you don't want to miss or which you can't afford. Just as
okay, let
simple as
me
straightforward as that.
Okay, let me quickly rephrase. I'm so sorry. What I mean is this. How do you explain it? Is it like a written note, or maybe you have a space on the application to
Yeah.
say this
Now,
thing?
yeah. Now, on the application, there will always be this space for additional information. So
Okay,
they will say, okay, if you have any other information for them. Even once you finish the application, they will still tell you that if you still want to add information, if something changed about your status, let them know.
okay,
Because the thing is that once they open your application, in fact, I will tell you that for some people, the day they open their application is the day they decide that they are granting them permits. But if they open your application today and you see that processing, for mostly when you apply, they would say waiting for processing. The day you apply, they will tell you that okay, they are waiting for you to verify your identity. Then you go and verify your identity in Abuja. Then the next thing they will tell you, okay, that your application is waiting for processing. So for some people, the moment that status changed from waiting from processing to processing, that same day they get their decision. So, but those who won't get their decision for that same day, in most cases, they will need to provide supplementary. Do you get that? So, the reason I'm advising that you should make everything simple and straightforward right from your application period so that you can also be among those once they open your application, you get quick decision, early decision, everything goes straightforward. But if already they notice that okay, they will still need more information from what you've submitted, maybe you submitted incomplete document or there's something not really straightforward, then they will just hold on and ask you to provide some supplement.
okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. One more question, please. Sorry, I just want to ask. When are we looking at for the to pay the school fees? What month? Is it March or April?
Uh, See, I think in the last time I explained how this thing works. So, here again, there is what we call cutoff mark, what you get from the test that you've done and the interview that you will still do. Okay. So now every year, I think this year, I'm not sure. Let's just say hypothetically now that they plan to admit 4,000 people. And now let's say about 10,000 people has passed both the test and the interview. So now, depending on what you score during this test and interview, so the total marks is 100. Now, the first people that will be getting admission, the first 4,000 people, they will on the first day they start releasing admission, they will release admission to 4,000 people. And the drawdown is from those who have scored 100, 99, 98, 97. So let's say the first 4,000 people, the highest cutoff is 8. So they will stop here. Do you understand that? They will stop here. It means those who have been offered admission already are those who have scored 8 and above. So now, remember that you apply to 6 schools. Now, 4,000 people have been offered admission. These 4,000 people also apply to 6 schools. So they can't, all of them can't fill, one single person can't go to 6 schools. They can only accept just 1 admission. So once these guys start accepting the admission, once they start accepting the admission, now let's do 4,000 divided by 6. So let's say the all of these 4,000 people accept the admission, then I think something is wrong with this my analysis. Well, if these 4,000 people accepted admission into all these schools, then that's they won't they won't give any further admission anymore. But what I'm trying to explain is now out of these people that will be granted admission, some of them have changed their mind already. Some of them can't come. Some of them, for whatever reason, they are not going to accept. So actually, the problem with this my competition is that I did it generally. I should have done it by school. So let me. Now I'm taking too much time than I planned, and I have some things to go take care of. So let me do it the way I know it's been done. So it's by school, and each of these schools can take. Now I said 4,000 space, but let's say each of these schools is going to take, let's say 200. So the total capacity is 4,000, but each school can take 200. So that's like we're saying 40 schools want to take 200 people each. So now, on the first day of admission, those who have scored 100 will be sent admission letter, let's say to the 80. So now, each of these 40 schools will now have 200 people each that filled their quota. Do you understand that now? So each of these schools will get 200 each that filled their quota for this score. Now, remember that out of these 200 guys that scored high here, that scored 80 and above, that applied to, let's say, school A, they also applied to school B, or let's say school 1, 2, 3 to 4th, and each of these want to admit 200 each. So the first 200 that will be allocated to these 40 schools are those who scored 80 and above. So, but the issue is that this same 200, out of this 200 that apply to this school that has been offered admission, some of them also apply to this school. Some of them also apply to this. You apply to up to like 6 schools. So now, the moment now let's say you are Ade, you applied there, you applied there, you applied there, you applied to 6 schools, but you can only accept 1 admission. So if you accept for this school, then it means you can't go to this school anymore. You can't go to this school anymore. You can't go to this school anymore. So it means out of this 200 that is allocated to this school, 1 position is now opened because you are already here. You can't come here anymore. So this school will now have 1 more position. So once this school have 1 more position, then they come back to the drawing board and look at who is the next person that has the highest score. So the next person that scores 79 will be allocated to this school. So this next person will be given admission. And that's how they draw down. For some schools, already, once the cutoff is like 8, most people have filled up their quota. They can't admit anymore. But for some schools, their cutoff can drop up to like 65, 50. I think even last year we see 40 something getting admission. So now the implication of this is that depending on your score, some people will start getting admission. If you have a very high score from ending of March, you'll get admission. But if you have a low mark, then you will have to wait. They will put you on what is called waiting list. For someone that have applied, that have been offered admission, to either accept the admission of another school so that there will be a space. So if there's a space, then they will start drawing that. What I think last year they were notifying that, okay, you are number 100 on waiting list. Quite funny. In fact, for someone, it's up to like 200 and something. So you'll be notified that, okay, you are this on the waiting list. So you just have to keep checking till when you are like 5, 4, 2, and once you are 1 on the waiting list, then you know that when someone else didn't accept for that school, then you will get in. So this will now be what will take time. For some people, it may even take up to May before they get admission. Do you understand that, or I over explained it?
Yes, understood. 100%.
Okay.
Sorry again. The last question. I'm so sorry. Can we go and open Euro accounts now so that we can
Yeah,
start
basically,
saving?
I advise that just if I'm you, or for you guys, I would just say if you can do this calculation that I did there, then you will know what you need to do. So you need to open a DOM account, and once you open a DOM account, I think it contains dollar, euro. Yeah, I think opening a DOM account is just dollar and euro account. Yeah, so you then go and open and start seeing how you can fund the account for the tuition. But don't fund it now. Say maybe you wait till then or still explore other cheaper opportunities, other cheaper avenue. Because as much as possible, I'm not advising that you should pay every tuition. As much as possible, try to keep this tuition low. Because the change, you will need it when you get there. Just look at these differences now. Adrian is with you. This is over 1,000 euros now. This is over 2,000 euros. And if you have 1,000 euros here, you're a big man. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all. So
Thank you so much. I appreciate it always.
Thank you, everyone. See you another time.
Yeah. Thank you.